Hello everyone, it's Caribbean E. Welcome to the channel. Hope everybody just having just a wonderful day and that your day is going good as mine and that you're in the best of health. Today I'm coming with another retirement video because retirement is very, very important, but not just retirement, but also relocation. So, I want to give you 3 pointers, 3 important factors as you prepare to get outside of the box. Retirement takes preparation, which includes planning, timing, and execution. And I'm going to talk about all 3 of them right quick because when I departed the box, I planned for years. I just didn't go to bed and wake up the next morning and say, wow, I'm moving to the Dominican Republic. Isn't that wonderful? No, there's a lot of preparation that one must do to get outside of the box. So you can refer, some of you can refer back to my older videos where I did some, Tina did some, and I also did some from my old former channel. But them that are coming over, and you got a family, and you got kids that are still in school, okay? That's a big move. So let's look at this, planning. First of all, you got to plan your strategy because I just didn't just decide to make this move. I actually came out here and see if this country was going to be a good fit for me. I came out here, I love the culture, I love the food, I love the economy. I love how much money I saved. And it was just great being out of the box. Planning is everything because if you don't plan to succeed, you actually planning to fail. So you got to make sure you got all your ducks in order. You got to think some things through. You and your mate got to sit down and think about it and talk about it. If you're traveling alone or if you're single, then there's still some things you got to do. If you got some cars, you don't want to come over here with car payments. If you got a house, you don't want to come over here with a house note because you're actually defeating the purpose. And you would be worried about your house and all this kind of stuff while you're trying to relocate or you're trying to get outside the box and move somewhere else, okay? You got to consider that. So you got to have a plan, Stan, okay? You have a plan. Also, number 2, timing is everything when you're talking about relocating to another country. Timing is key, okay? Everything's got to be lined up in order, okay? And you got to make sure that your kids, are they still in school? Do you want to take them out of school, away from their friends, all these kind of things? You got to think this thing through because it's just a big thing when you move. I don't care if you're moving just across town. It's still a big thing when you move because you got to pack up everything. We've had yard sales. We had to donate a lot of stuff to Goodwill. We donated a lot of stuff to the local churches and everything like that before we decided to move. We gave some of our furniture to our kids. We had to sit down and talk to them, make sure that they was good with it. We still talk to them on a regular basis, WhatsApp or whatever, FaceTime, okay? But all this stuff have to be considered when you talking about, okay, relocating. So planning, you got to have a plan. You got to have a strategy, okay? Because I tell you what, I learned that from the military. Before we went out on our maneuvers or with wartime situations, we always had a planning meeting, okay? And then after that planning meeting, we had a debrief and the whole 9 yards. So you got to plan this thing. You got to sit down and figure out what city you want to live in, okay? Or just come out here and just do a recon of the country before you actually decide to move to whatever country that you decide and get this in your mind. Then you can come back and you can put your ducks in order and make sure that you got all of your business handled because there's a lot of stuff that you have to do when you relocate. And for the most part, you got to downsize because the more you bring, the more you hoard, take it from me, the more you got to carry, okay? So it's better to go lightly, sell that stuff, and then when you get where you're going, then just rebuild. Buy a new couch or new chairs or whatever it may be, okay? So planning is key. And then timing. It's got to be the right timing. Even the Bible says in Ecclesiastes 3, to everything there is a season. Okay? So just because everybody's running right now, perhaps it may not be your time to go. You got to make sure that you don't come over with a lot of debt, because you're defeating the purpose. So you got to make sure your finances going to support you when you come to another country. So after your timing comes, you'll know when it's time for you to make that move. Okay? Some of you guys are following the channel, okay, and you're not going to move or anything. You're 7 years out. Some of you are 10 years out. Some of you are 3 weeks out. Some of you are a month out. Okay, and you took care you took care of your business. You planned this thing, gave yourself a lot of time that you don't have to do the rush thing. Okay, because you can't miss nothing. You got to make a list, a packing list. It's just a lot of stuff that you got to do in the planning stages. Then the timing has got to coincide with your planning. Then after you do all of your planning and your timing, you got to execute. It's time for you to move out. It's time for you to contact a moving company or figure out who's going to move your stuff, what you're going to take, how much you're going to take, okay? It's all up to you, because again, these people that ship your stuff, they got different prices for different sizes of your shipping containers. Now, again, you can refer to our other videos that we've already put up on the channel, explaining to you the process of relocating, okay, and getting out of the box. I'm telling you, it's a lot of hard work, it's a lot of sweat and tears, and sometimes you work on each other's nerves, but for the most part, at the end of the day, at the end of your journey, you're going to love being in a place where you don't have to have a lot of hassles, you don't have to hear a lot of shooting, gang violence, and all this kind of stuff. You're in a peaceful country, eating organic foods, and saving tons of money, and having some peace and quiet, and you can finally be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. So I just wanted to run that by you right quick, that you may understand that there's 3 processes to this whole thing about relocating and moving to another country. I'll say this again: planning, timing, and execution. Get that in your head right now, because if you don't, you're going to be messed up when it's time for you to move outside of the box. So, with that said, in the meantime, between the time, always remember that life is to be enjoyed. Hit that subscription, notification, and guess what? We'll see you on the next video.